it's Naz Perez, and welcome to the Rotten Tomatoes Binge Guide. Boy, do we have a doozy for you today, because we're going to bring you some very strong binge options based on Wednesday. And we're not talking about Hump Day or the day after Taco Tuesday. We're talking about the hit new series on Netflix that has people excited about an Addams Family franchise that has been around since the 1930s. In this revival, Jenna Ortega stars as the character Wednesday, who, while attending Nevermore Academy, is attempting to master her psychic ability, stop a killing spree, and work on solving a 25-year-old mystery about her parents. No big deal. The series is executive produced by Tim Burton, who also directed half the episodes in the first season. Now, he notoriously passed on directing the 1991 film, and he once had a stop-motion animation Addams Family project in the works that actually never materialized. So here we are. And while Jenna is what critics and fans really seem to love most about the show, fans have been buzzing about the supporting cast as well, with names like Catherine Zeta-Jones, Gwendolyn Christie, Fred Armisen, and of course, the one and only Christina Ricci, who previously played Wednesday in the 90s movies.
Nevermore was created as a safe haven for our children to learn and to grow, no matter who or what they are. Should we meet your new roommate?
Are you feeling okay? You look a little pale.
Please excuse Wednesday. She's allergic to color.
Oh, wow. What happens to you?
I break out into hives and then the flesh peels off my bones.
Those are all the reasons why we love Wednesday, but now here are 5 more shows that we could all love together too. Da-na-na-na. Starting with our brand new pick, The Winchesters. For you folks that like your supernatural stuff in series form, this one is perfect as it is a prequel series to the long-running CW staple Supernatural. In fact, that show's star, Jensen Ackles, aka Dean Winchester, narrates this one, which is set in the 1970s and tells the love story of how Dean's parents, John Winchester and Mary Campbell, first met. Relative newcomer Drake Rogers stars as John, who returns home from Vietnam and starts a new mission to learn more about his father's past. That's when he crosses paths with a 19-year-old demon hunter named Mary. And she's actually played by Meg Donnelly from Disney's zombie movies. Now, the first season of the show has been a hit with CW fans and is impressively hovering around 100% fresh on the tomato meter. That's huge. One top RT critic, Karama Horn from The Wrap, said The Winchesters is off to a, quote, very creative start. While Jolly Herman from Common Sense Media said that while it may be gory and scary, if the formula continues, it's, quote, bound to be a proper recipe for fun teen viewing. In real-life scariness, however, shakeups at the CW have put a second season of this show in some doubt. But you let us worry about that kind of stuff, and we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you can start watching all episodes of the first season in just under 10 hours. And at that point, you know you're gonna go binge Supernatural too, but with 15 seasons of that. So good luck.
How did you find me?
Well, that's what I do. Or what I did in the Marines. Anyway, you are not the only person that I found. Witnesses saw black smoke, but there were no signs of fire on the premises. Ada Monroe, owner of a rare bookstore in Lubbock, Texas, has been missing since last evening. Come on, that's got to be the Ada you're looking for, right?
Dad said he was in Lubbock.
Great, let's get down there.
You're like a dog with a bone.
And coffee. Come on, Texas awaits.
I told you. I'm trying to protect you.
Next up is our certified fresh pick, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, this Netflix show is based on the Archie comic book series of the same name, and it is 4 fresh seasons. 2 of them are certified fresh. Inspired by slow burn horror films like The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby, this show imagines the origins and adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch as a dark coming-of-age story. And it stars Kiernan Shipka as Sabrina. Shipka came into the project already known for her role on Mad Men, but this series has certainly brought her a bigger and different kind of audience. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was originally in development at the CW, and it was intended to be a companion series to Riverdale, which Shipka ultimately did appear on after this one was canceled. Speaking of which, Netflix canceled the series in part because of the COVID-19 pandemic in July of 2020, despite its continued success. Come on, people. There was at least a comic book series continuation that began publication in October of 2021 that's worth looking into. And critics say this delightfully campy romp provides the perfect showcase for Shipka's magical talents, and is a deliciously hellish thrill ride from start to finish. And despite what many consider to be too soon of an ending, critics say that the final season does hit, quote, enough emotional highs to serve as a fitting farewell. And as we say farewell to this show, I can tell you that it will take you about 36 hours to binge on Netflix, and naturally, it does come with a holiday special.
So I'm in the middle of getting this club started at school.
Club? What kind of club?
Women protecting women. You know, sort of like a coven. Anyway, I was wondering if we could maybe, possibly, postpone my baptism a little bit.
Postpone it?
Oh, dear.
Sabrina, you cannot postpone your 16th birthday, especially not when it falls on the eclipsing of a blood moon, which only occurs once every 66 years.
If it's just about a club deal.
Taking us back 60 years or so for our throwback pick is the original Addams Family series. Now, this classic ran for 2 seasons starting in 1964 and is based on Charles Addams' New York cartoons that began in 1938. But what this 30-minute black and white show did was take the unnamed characters from that comic strip and give them backstories and names and put them in a household setting. This macabre family with supernatural abilities includes Gomez Addams, the enthusiastic patriarch played by John Astin, and his refined wife Morticia played by Carolyn Jones. Now they're surrounded by 2 odd kids, Pugsley and Wednesday, plus other family members, a giant butler named Lurch, and a disembodied hand named Thing. Now, the series was adapted for TV by David Levy, who also created the short-lived Addams Family animated show in 1973. Aiding in the show's longevity in the pop culture landscape was its oh-so-catchy theme song, you know the one, da-na-na-na. That's just too much fun to do. It came from longtime TV composer Vic Mizzy, who also did the famous Green Acres theme, so I guess he was good at that stuff. Now, with a strong audience score in the low 90s and a first-season tomato meter score at 100%, this show's impact is clear in how the franchise grew from this point, including 2 successful movies in the 90s and, of course, the new Netflix show Wednesday. The Addams Family thrived in syndication for years and is now benefiting from the streaming age. It even has its own channel on Pluto TV. I mean, come on. Top RT critic Jen Chaney from New York Magazine said that this series stands apart from the rest for a number of reasons, including, quote, its beatnik haunted house music, its elegant costuming, makeup and set design, and the quality of its ensemble acting. The show aired for 2 seasons and 64 episodes from 1964 to 1966. And binging this one is easy. All it takes is 2 snaps of your fingers and somewhere around 27 hours of your time. And be sure to look out for the reunion TV film Halloween with the New Addams Family, which aired in 1977 and featured almost all of the original cast.
And this is for my sister Ophelia, her favorite perfume, Holiday Macabre.
What's that?
Oh, hello, darlings. That's a Christmas present for your father.
Don't tell us it came from Santa Claus.
And why not?
Because Mr. Thompson next door said there is no such thing as Santa Claus.
What?
That neighbor of ours isn't very neighborly telling the children that.
Getting caught up next as our under-the-radar pick is the Disney show Stuck in the Middle. Now, this one features Wednesday star Jenna Ortega, and while Gen Zers might already know this show, older generations may not be as familiar. Ortega was actually cast to star at age 14, but was already armed with recurring roles on shows like Jane the Virgin and Richie Rich. In this series, though, set in a fictional Massachusetts town, she stars as a young engineering prodigy named Harley Diaz. As the middle of 7 children, Harley navigates her way through life in a big family by creatively inventing and using various gadgets. She also commonly breaks the 4th wall to help keep the audience informed of what's happening, a move that no doubt helped make her even more endearing to audiences. This show was considered a hit for the Disney Channel during its run, and along with a couple season renewals to get to 3 total, the show also picked up a handful of award nominations around the world, including 3 Imagine Award noms and 1 win for Jenna Ortega for Best Young Actor. Stuck in the Middle launched in February of 2016 and ended in July of 2018 after 57 episodes and 6 specials, at which point Ortega headed toward more mainstream roles. Now, binging this series will take you 28.5 hours, but the knowledge you'll gain about building useful gadgets will be worth every second of your time.
The whole family has to be at the park by 11 for something great. Where's your travel mug?
I'm not sure. You got a mug tracker?
Better. I'm the middle kid, so it's hand-me-down city. I've gotten good at working with what I've got. I'm not bragging. Being creative isn't a choice. It's survival. Enjoy your new travel thumb.
Hazelnut and dish soap. Weirdly, it works.
For our editor's pick this week, they have selected the Netflix series Warrior Nun. Based on a manga-style Canadian comic book, this fantasy drama is perfect for any Wednesday fan who loves a badass chick doing her thing. Alba Baptista stars as a 19-year-old orphan who wakes up in a morgue after being resurrected by an ancient holy relic. Now there she discovers she's been chosen to join a secret sect of demon-hunting nuns. The series was created by Simon Barry, who's also behind shows like Bad Blood and Ghost Wars, and this show marks the English language debut for Portuguese actress Baptista, who also serves as narrator. Warrior Nun, which is beautifully shot around Spain, has 2 fresh seasons, including a 100% tomato meter score for season 2. With Baptista leading the way, and others like Toya Turner as Shotgun Mary in support, the critics' consensus praises the show's committed performances and excellent fight choreography. And top RT critic Heather Hogan from Autostraddle called it, quote, excellent action-adventure TV with complex and nuanced woman leads and a bisexual love story anchoring the whole thing in place. For now, you can binge the first 2 seasons in around 18 hours. And move over Sister Act movies, because this could very well change the way you look at nuns moving forward.
All of this is my fault. The FBC gaining ground. Adriel freed. I need to make this right.
An angel walks the earth.
Adriel is real. He's divine, and the hell belongs to him.
I'll tell him to come and get it.
Wow, my friends, we did it. 5 shows you can binge to help scratch that Wednesday itch. And I'm not talking about the kind of itch like having a glass of wine on a Wednesday night, although that is also very important too. Hopefully we have helped you fill out your binging to-do list for the next couple weeks. And by the way, if you're looking to find more great shows for binging purposes, be sure to grab a copy of our book, Ultimate Binge Guide. It is full of special lists that feature some of the best shows of all time. As always, don't forget to find us again for more selections based on the shows and movies that you love. It is all right here on Rotten Tomatoes Binge Guide, and I'll see you guys later, peeps.